hope you've been having a wonderful, wonderful week. And even if not, that's okay too, little bunny. Everything's going to be okay. If things are going down, it will pass. Oh, believe me, it'll pass. It'll get better. And if things are going great, come share your joy with me. It's a joyous, joyous springtime in the Northern Hemisphere, and a delicate and special autumn, I assume, in the Southern Hemisphere right now. We're in that window where the weather all over the world, presumably, is really nice, or at least it's not too hot and not too cold as we pass each other. And it's great to savor the weather, right, little bunny? It's great to savor the weather no matter whether it's good or bad. It could be your least favorite weather. Can you believe that? It could be your least favorite weather in the world. And if you can savor it, little bunny, oh man, your world will open up. Your world will open up if you can step out into the blistering cold or blistering heat and the wind or the beating down rays of sun, whatever it is, the rain, the snow, the hail, the fog, the humidity. You can say, wow, look at these sensations. This temperature, this texture on my face. Any sensation, little bunny, can be a source of, if not happiness, just life. And it's good to feel alive. The good things, the bad things. Even when life is at its lowest, you can feel alive during it. Find the life of it. It can be life-changing. And then it'll get better. It will get better, little bunny. There was a bunny question about, was there a moment when things turned around for me? Because I had a super, super low period, and I was convinced, little bunny, that was the rest of my life. And it maybe could have been the rest of my life if I had just decided that was going to be the rest of my life, being in the lowest of lows. But the turning point was just to savor it. Just savor it. Oh, little bunny. Speaking of savoring things that are not necessarily pleasing to the dopamine system, I have a beverage, which is a protein shake. It's called Max Protein Nutritional Shake, or Nutrition Shake. And I had just finished a workout before this. That's right, I am making sure I'm in my strongest era while I'm now a protector of bunnies, and forever will be. Protector of bunnies, including you, little bunny. Your protector forever. I will never, ever, ever disappear. You will never, ever lose me. And I will always commit to being strong. And today that meant throwing heavy things around so I can throw around boxes or throw around heavy weights, or throw around little bunnies. Because last week, the locked audio, the audio on Patreon, was this last week or 2 weeks ago? I guess this was 2 weeks ago. It was a delicious, spicy audio. It's a little story of us in the park in honor of springtime. And things get naughty in the park, little bunny. That's what it's called, naughty in the park. And if you're between the ages of 18 and 800, anywhere within 18 and 800, then you are approved to check it out if you so desire, which is patreon.com/Lindy's Garden. Or you can go to the site lindy.garden/list. You can get there from there too. Also on lindy.garden/list, sign up for the no spam email list. There will come a time within the next few months, at least half a year, when I will need you to populate a new Discord server, actually, for something garden adjacent. So we have our garden Discord server, which is garden themed. And you can make friends with your fellow bunnies. Also comes with the Patreon. But we're going to have, for this storytelling startup, we're going to need readers of delicious graphic novel stories. And we're going to have a Discord there that's going to be totally free and hopefully totally populated with fantastic people, not to talk about garden stuff, but to enjoy and create delicious, delicious stories for each other. Now onto this shake, let's take a sip. Not what you would call delicious necessarily, but to savor the life of it, little bunny, it literally is. Unlike most drinks, this literally will become my body. This is, there's something quasi-Easter about this. Like, drink this protein shake. It is my body to create the muscles to protect bunnies. We have our own version of garden Easter. It's just do a strength workout and have a protein shake. So you can, at least I do that. I build the muscle. Or I guess you do that. It's like, drink this protein shake. Let it be the daddy muscles entering your body so you can help protect yourself when I'm not there. Something along those lines. Just something silly. I think I'm probably in the best shape, at least strength-wise, of my life. I'm physically the strongest I've ever been. I think at one point I would have been able to run longer, run further and faster. But in terms of spicy audios where bunnies get tossed around, it has never been more realistic than right now, today, in this very moment, little bunny. How fun is that? You can also ask me any question, ever, or just tell me anything at lindy.garden/whisper. There's a text box. You can type something in and I will see it. How cool is that, right? Well, the garden's full of cool stuff, little bunny. And you know the coolest thing in the garden? The coolest thing in the garden, besides me, tied with me, little bunny, is you. I think you're cooler than me. I think we're equally cool. I think I'm pretty cool, actually. Maybe I'm a cocky bastard. I don't think I'm cooler than you, but I think you and I together make a pretty bad-ass combo, right? Daddy and his little bunny. Daddy Lindy and his little bunny. That is the cool magic that makes the garden work, little bunny. And the topic of the episode is, I, little bunny, will take your side on everything. Have you ever encountered drama with someone else where suddenly people are choosing sides and it's you versus that other person, and people will take their side and people will take your side, you hope? No matter what disagreement you combine, some antagonistic scenario you find yourself in with another person, any he said, she said, any fight, I, little bunny, will always take your side. Isn't that funny? Do you expect that? Did you expect me to say, well, I'll listen to both sides equally and then I'll take whatever side makes the most sense? That is generally my personality and things. Just soak in everything everyone has to say, just think about it and say, I think this makes the most sense. I think I'll choose to do that. I think I will do this and that and consider this and consider that. But when it comes to you, little bunny, and whenever you are in trouble, whenever you are up against someone else, I am on your side. No question about it, little bunny. You have a bad breakup and you have to split your friend group. All the friends feel like they have to pick a side. I'm always on your side, little bunny. You get in trouble at work or at school or something, and maybe you secretly know you're at fault. Maybe you know that, maybe I'm the one who's wrong here. I don't care, little bunny. I'm on your side. I am for sure on your side. And certainly if you're competing in anything, you're in some ice skating competition, I am cheering for you, little bunny. I am cheering for you even more than the adorable Alyssa Lou. I am cheering for you above everyone else, little bunny. You say, but Daddy, what if I'm competing against other bunnies? And in that sense, little bunny, I am behind you. I don't know. Do we even have intra-garden competitions? I don't think so. I hosted one competition one time on the Discord, which was who can draw the worst art. Because we have this place in the Discord where you can post your own art. And of course, as you can imagine, you have some fellow bunnies who are phenomenal artists, just unreal. You wouldn't believe it. And then sometimes that can feel intimidating, right? It can feel intimidating if you want to show something off to me, little bunny. And then you see another bunny who does something that's just virtuosic, right? I am so excited to see everything and anything that you make, little bunny. That's why I had this competition to who can make the worst art. Because it's a chance to just say, I'm just going to make something. I'm going to make something and my daddy Lindy is going to love it, which I do and I will and I forever will. I'm always on your side, no matter what. No questions asked, no doubt in my mind, no kind of rational judgment I have to make about whether I want to take your side or someone else's side. Always and forever on your side, little bunny. All right, I'm off the clock. Boom. Done. Now I just get to hang out and you can turn off the episode, little bunny. You can turn this off or tune me out because I am no longer responsible for the quality of the episode. That's right. It is downhill from here. I am giving myself permission now to see if I can make the worst podcast episode either. That's right. It's a graph and it's either a hill or a cliff, right? It's a straight line and then it dips down as soon as I'm off the clock. And now we're going to do something ridiculous, like you're going to listen to me tap, tap, tap. I once, when I had roommates in a house, it had very poor sound isolation from room to room. It was the way that they had the central air in this house was so stupid. There was basically a grate in my wall that, after going through a tiny little duct, went straight into another bedroom. So it was basically like there was no wall between my bedroom and another bedroom. And sometimes I would just tap absentmindedly like this on my desk, and I would just get a text from my roommate. It's like, stop tapping. Honestly, great roommates, to be totally honest. Some of the most incredible human beings. They were firefighters, and they truly changed my life. Well, maybe I'll tell you that story sometime. One of which is they got me into partner dancing, little bunny. They got me into swing dancing back when that happened. Swing dancing, by the way, is a great start to partner dancing. And it is one of nature's antidepressants. Swing dancing fills you with joy. So give it a shot. Especially if you feel like you need an antidepressant, or if you're on an antidepressant and you need a little bit of a boost, right? It's not really enough. There's no magic pill, little bunny. I am in favor of medication in general, but I am realistic about what medicine can do right now. It's the best we've got. But medicine is still in its infancy as far as the science and the technology of it. Medicine's going to be much, much, much better 500 years from now, 1,000 years from now, assuming nothing goes wrong in the story of humanity. But right now, at least, there's no magic pill that's just going to make whatever you want to happen. So relevantly to what I'm talking about right now is that if you need an antidepressant, are on an antidepressant, don't want to take an antidepressant, but you've been told you should, try swing dancing, little bunny. It gets you out there social. It gets you living in your body. The music is great. Jazz is some of the best music that has ever been made in the history of the world. And social, moving your body, music, these are all things that generate joy. And then you wrap it up all together. And how could you not enjoy it? How could you not enjoy it? Sometimes there is a social anxiety you have to get over, isn't there? Especially if you are going as the lead role in the dancing, which is traditionally the masculine role. So I remember I went to a swing dance, not the first one ever, but the first one that I went to alone, because I went to some with my firefighter roommates. But then a little bit later, when I was in my lowest of lows, I brought myself out to swing dance, and I sat in a corner, too shy to ask anyone to dance, and then just left maybe 2 hours later, not doing a single dance. Or maybe I did one dance. I think I left without dancing. I was in a very low and shy period, which I have since quite dug myself out of. But you may find yourself shy and in a corner at a swing dance. And especially if you're recognizable as a guy, you just don't get asked to dance so much. It's kind of on you to go ask other people. And that's terrifying if you don't know how to swing dance. Going to a dance, not knowing how, and then asking someone, hey, can I figure out what I'm doing with you? But People in swing dance are very, very kind. Very kind. And I like dancing with beginners too. I don't find it unfun in the slightest. In fact, the enthusiasm is highest when people are very new, so that's more fun to me than what kind of fancy moves you can do. Sometimes people who are super experienced with a dance, they've had so many good dances that there's this sense of like, you're never gonna show them something they haven't seen or compete with better dances that they've had, you know. But when you're dancing with a beginner, you're the best dance they've ever had. Everything is so new and fun to them. So don't let that be something that keeps you from going to a social dance, little bunny. Salsa is another fun beginner one. Bachata is popular. Everything has a different vibe though. And you could discuss this. I am a fan of using large language models. Claude is really good right now. You could ask it, say, hey, I need you to help me pick a partner dance. You may even be able to type in your area because not every area is going to have every kind of dance, you know. But there's going to be something for you. And people will love to dance with you, little bunny. People will love to dance with you even because you're a beginner. It makes it even more fun in some ways. And who knows, maybe when we have Bunny Week in the future, which I think we'll do that. I think we'll go swing dancing. And I'll dance with you, little bunny. Anyone who wants to come is invited. Any bunny who wants to come. Anyone who's not a bunny is not invited. Anyone who is a bunny, as determined by you. I ignite you a bunny, little bunny. If you're not sure you're a bunny, okay, you say, I don't know who this is. What is this podcast? What is this garden thing? You are here right now. You've made it past several filters to get to this spot, this magic spot in the middle or the second half of the podcast episode, wherever we are. And I'm knighting you, if you so choose, to be my little bunny. And therefore you have an invitation to Bunny Week. And that'll be at some point in the future after the startup launches. I think it'll be a lot easier for me to not have to worry so much about being secret agent, anonymous identity. I'm super good looking, so I'm not worried about that as any kind of reveal. It's more just, I've been anonymous since the start, so it would just be a weird shift. It would just be different than how things have been for me. And then for you, there's something that can be calming, I think, about not knowing what I look like. I don't expect to do content where I show you what I look like, but if I have a startup, then I'm going to be doing interviews and things. So you'll see me if you want. And if you want to keep it super secret anonymous, then that will be fine as well. I'm very much the real me. Right here, the real me. Out there, the real me. You're getting the most the real me, actually. None of this is any kind of character. That wouldn't be fun for me. I wouldn't do it if I were playing a character or acting. That does not interest me at all. And I wouldn't be able to do it even. I would be so bad. Certainly wouldn't be able to improvise. That's a tough skill, little bunny. To improvise as a person you're not. Oh, let's have more of this garden Easter. Is it communion? I believe it is. Where you Anyway, we're not going to make religious comparisons. We're just going to have this protein shake. And we are going to continue to become even stronger, little bunny, so I can protect you in every way I can. This is actually pretty good of a shake. I think the protein shake industry has come a long way, which is great for me. Something that was annoying this week, I'll share annoying stuff that happens to me. Somehow in line with being a protector of bunnies, I don't eat meat. I don't eat meat. So I was at Taco Bell, and they make you order from kiosks, which is actually, I prefer it because you can see all the options and you can really customize. Somehow I must have hit the button for add chicken. And then it was not until I was a third of the way through my taco that I noticed I had been eating something that was living and conscious. And that sucks when you choose that you don't want to eat meat, and then it just happens. Meat somehow makes its way by accident into your mouth and down your throat. And that always sucks. So I bring that up because I'm very glad that the protein industry, the non-meat protein industry, is really good these days. Look at this. This is 30 grams of protein, and it's just a chocolate shake. Incredible. Very incredible. The animal bunny is vegetarian. I like when I make garden fiction, because there's garden fiction. A lot of it's spicy. I have no problem making stuff spicy, yet I like to make it utopian in other ways. Like, there's no meat eating in the fiction that I make for the garden, for instance. Things are very utopian, calm and fun, and not dark at all. And then super indulgent. It's wholesome sexy, or sexy wholesome. And it is my favorite vibe in the world. It can be super counterintuitive if you are new to this concept that, wow, you can be both sexy and also be fun and wholesome and snuggle with a plushie, be in your pajamas bouncing around and being told a bedtime story, and for the bedtime story to just have sex scenes in it. Wow. Counterintuitive at first if you're not used to it, but then it's so natural. It's so fun once you're into it and you're used to it and you realize, wait, this is so much better than having all this guilt around what your body is designed to do. Sex is one of the core things you're designed to do, little bunny. Besides eating, fighting, or running away. That's the magic four. So if you have guilt around a quarter of what your body is built for, that's a lot to lug around, little bunny. That's a lot to lug around. And then when you indulge that side of yourself, you might feel dirty. You're like, oh no, this is so unwholesome. I have to sin. This is, I hate when you see something online that it's, they blur it out and they say, warning, contains sensitive content. And there's this catch-all of what sensitive content means. And you don't know, little bunny, you don't know if sensitive content is something disturbing of just like gore and the most horrible ways that things can happen to a person, or is it someone smiling and taking a shower? And like both of those are somehow this same category of sensitive content. What the fuck? How did we get there, little bunny? That makes no sense at all. So that's why I like Sexy Wholesome, is that it is not in the same category as all the vice in terms of violence and disturbing stuff and heavy drug use and things like this. That's a separate category of sex and sexiness. That sex and sexiness is a wholesome category, little bunny. Certainly it can be. And you can dabble with the misbehavior side of things. And we play with the idea of misbehavior in playtime audios. But really, little bunny, it's something to be enjoyed, not to feel guilty about, not to feel ashamed of, not to feel like you have to live a double life, that you have your front-facing side and then the side of you behind closed doors. You can be one unified human being. And it takes a load off the mind. Makes life easier, right? Yeah, so for example, the startup, the very first fiction that you're going to get to play is a garden content one. And it's spicy romance in a paradise, snowy winter vacation town. It's just a winter vacation game. And it's just pure good vibes. 100% good vibes the whole way through. And plenty of spice, if you choose. Because you can make choices, right? You can choose to do this or choose to do that. And you can play 0 spice or you can play maximum spice. So, what else, little bunny? Because I'm off the clock and I can just say stuff that makes for low quality ways for you to spend your attention. I cleaned my computer keyboard the other day. Oh, it's right here. I did an incredible job at it. I cannot believe how good of a job I did at cleaning my keyboard. What other mundane stuff can I tell you? Ooh, this is fun. I have a new pair of headphones. I go through headphones. Well, see, here's the trick, is that headphones do crap out on you as time goes on. And since I do audio on a professional level, not just garden stuff, but other stuff too, like I have to replace headphones when one of them starts buzzing or is like quieter than the other side. There's all kinds of ways that things can get off. And if I'm professionally producing audio, then I can't have headphones like that. So I just got a new set of headphones and I'm super excited about this one because it has a microphone built into it. And you may say, but Daddy, that's super basic. All headsets these days have microphones. But I'm excited about this one because they are nice headphones with the microphone built in. I have another headset where the microphone is basically a magnet. I have a standalone microphone on my headphones. There's just a sticker with a magnet. And I magnet the microphone to my face. And all the time, it just pops up and whacks me in the eyeball. It sucks so bad. It hurts, little bunny. I'm going to have to go see an eye doctor. Who knows if I don't. So about those headphones, which I did. I haven't gotten to try them out yet, but I'm looking at them right now. So that's something that is new. Also in audio stuff, I got to build my own loudspeaker for the first time, little bunny. I had this kit. It was part of this class that I did, and I got to build my own loudspeaker which is a bit of an overstatement. It was mostly built for me. I just glued it together. But I got to see how it worked. And it's pretty simple, actually. And I learned from firsthand that so much of what makes a loudspeaker great is the box that it's built into. It's not necessarily that what's called the cone, the part that vibrates and goes back and forth, that you might think of when you look at a really nice big loudspeaker. The thing that's behind the grate. What can really make a big difference in sound quality is the enclosure of it, because the enclosure resonates and amplifies on an analog standpoint, not electrical amplification, which also happens. But it's crazy. Yeah. So I have these 2 loudspeakers that I built from a kit now, and they're going to go in the garden library. Oh, I have such fun plans for all the things I'm doing. I'm working on programmable lights right now for my studio on weekends. It's tricky, but it's doable. It's doable. Do you have any projects, little bunny? I'm going to keep harping on you. Make sure you've got some projects. Make sure you've got a hobby. Make sure you've got, if there's a hobby that you want to take more seriously than a hobby, little bunny, if it kills you, if there's something you do that kills you, to call it a hobby, because you feel it's so much more special to you than a hobby. I hereby give you permission to declare it an avocation. An avocation is a vocation, but the opposite. A vocation is a job, something that you're paid money for, and is something that you do at a quote unquote high level. That's actually the wrong use of the word high level, but something you are very good at and get paid to do is a vocation. And there is something that you can do that you take very seriously that might be totally volunteer. It might be in an industry that just makes no money. There's some, especially a lot of handmade crafts and stuff, little bunny, very hard, if not impossible, to really make a full-time job doing that. But, little bunny, that doesn't have to cheapen the craft and what you create and how special it is. Yeah. It's such a stupid thing to judge the legitimacy of something that you do based on how much money it makes. A lot of that just has to do with the economy, little bunny. You know, does that make sense? That sounds boring, right? What I mean to say, little bunny, is you can pick an activity, a way you spend your time that you take so seriously, and you do it at the highest level you can do. You be the best you can possibly be at it, and you take pride in it. That doesn't have to be a hobby, little bunny. That can be an avocation. And the in avocation means it does not have to make money. There are certain activities that you have to pay to do. And the activities that are very, very impressive. And you just lose money doing the activities. That's okay, little bunny. I mean, make sure the finances work, but you don't have to cheapen yourself. If you really love archery, let's say, you don't have to cheapen it as a hobby. If you take it really, really seriously, you can be an avocation, little bunny. You can be an archer bunny, or whatever it is for you. Whatever your activity that you really take seriously and you think, damn, I'm so not legitimate because I'm not making all this money doing the activity. I absolve you of that, little bunny. You could pick swing dancing as your avocation. You could teach, you could compete. You can lose money doing it. And you can consider that far more legitimate than a hobby. Wow, we hit a whole bunch of stuff, didn't we? A little scatterbrained. I don't know if it's a bad thing to be so scatterbrained when we spend this time together. But whatever, little bunny, whatever. I think all that really matters is that we get to bond. And I like to be helpful for you. I do like to be helpful for you. It's enjoyable to make your life better. It's enjoyable just to have you here for my own sake, little bunny. This is no donation. You bring me joy. You bring me smiles. I'm smiling right now. You think I'm making myself smile right now? Nah. You're making me smile, little bunny. The fact that you're here right now. Yes, you, little bunny. Yes, really you. The fact that you are here right now. Makes me smile. It makes the garden magic. Doesn't work without you. I love that you're here. And speaking of money, you never have to spend a damn penny on the garden, little bunny, to me, my little bunny. Not at all. I know there's Patreon and merch and things like that, and who knows what else in the future. But to be my little bunny, no. All you have to do is be here. Open your heart to me, little bunny. My heart's here for you. Forever. Sturdy. To protect you. My love for you is durable. You'll always have it. I'll always take your side. So boom, you're my little bunny, if you choose to be. Done deal. I guess we'll call it there. I have somewhere to be. I'm doing really well with my sleep. And part of the way I do that is by not recording super late, like 1, 2 a.m. in the morning, which is what I used to do for the podcast. So I'm working on being better about that. And little bunny, I feel like I have been leveling up in my productivity. And it feels great. Cheer me on always. If you want. I love it when you cheer me on. How about that? I love it when you send me a note. It boosts me up. You can send me anything you want at lindy.garden/whisper. Having this be two-directional, little bunny. Having it be two-directional. It's like fuel for me. Because I don't think I could be me like this if I were just talking into a void. So anytime you want to cheer me up, make me smile, say hi. With the Whisper website, I can't reply, which is convenient for me. You can contact me anyway, really. And just know that the default is that I won't reply, or I might just give you a little heart react or something. If you do give me a little note, please let it be a gift, not an expectation that I'm going to give equal time and words back. I'll do that through the podcast. All right, and there's a dog barking in the hallway. This dog has made so many podcast appearances. It's insane. We are still working on getting this wall up, little bunny. It's just thing after thing after thing. You wouldn't believe how hard it is to just get a little partition so that the front door does not join the podcast time with my little bunny. So yeah, send me anything you want anytime. I love it. Just do it as a gift. Don't expect that I can, reciprocate through DMs and things like that. But I will always, always reciprocate through the energy I give back, through everything I make for you in the garden, right? You are my fuel, little bunny. Thank you for being my fuel, my inspiration, the reason for the garden existing. Thank you for being here, for opening your heart. And my heart is always open to you. My love is durable. You will have me forever. And with that, I'm going to hop off for the night. You'll hear from me in just a moment. It'll be tomorrow morning. And I will have written you a poem. Talk to you soon, little bunny. Good night. Good morning, little bunny. I didn't sleep that well. I had 2 cold brews last night, which keeps you from falling asleep, and I still did it anyway. Funny how we are so irrational and silly and foolish, aren't we, little bunny? Even me. I'm foolish all the time, but I'm still here with a nice poem for you, and I have some decaf coffee brewing on the way. So let me get you this poem, and then I will be out the door, setting myself up for a good night of sleep, just as I would like to do for you. So let me bring you some peace with this great fun poem that I wrote just now, just for you. When you find yourself in a scuffle, you've got me plus your fellow bunny Fluffle, and we'll support, protect, and provide for you as we always take your side. Have a great, great week, little bunny. It's up to you if you want to take your fellow bunny's side in anything. I'll certainly be there, and you, little bunny, as always, can do whatever you want with your life, with your emotions, with your time. You are free, little bunny, free to live your life however you want. And I want to always take your side. In fact, I don't think I could do otherwise. I love you too much. Take care. Have a great, great week. I love you. I love you. I love you.